Hey, good morning, guys. So I'm just going to just go into my video up here. So just bear with me for 1 minute. Okay, I'm just checking my voice volume. Okay, so we got live video voice. Okay, good. Because a couple of times I've done this, I haven't gotten any video thing. So I'm going to get talking in a couple of minutes. So let me just share out my thoughts and what you guys know what's going on. Just hang on with me. Hi, guys. So I'm just sharing my blog over there to Facebook. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, I got one more share to do. On my group tab, bio, uh, Ron's share to a group. Ron's Keto Cafe. And Ron's Keto Cafe. I don't know why you should be able to, but they have, there we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, I think we're good. Aye. So good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. Well, if you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash the subscribe button? It definitely helps members know when I'm posting videos. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. I do not make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey. So please do your homework first, and hopefully you have a successful journey like I'm having. And I'm going to have a sip of coffee first before we get going. You see that, guys? Just be kind to when you're out there in the street. Hi, Anne Marie. How you doing this morning? No, not really. I didn't win it. Actually, I didn't win anything. I just wanted to just talk about what went on yesterday. So I'll start from the very beginning. It's that song from the very beginning. So I'll tell you how it all went. Anyway, how it all went down. So yesterday morning, my sister calls me up about 4 o'clock, and she said we're going to leave around 5. And okay, so fine. She said I'm on my way. I go downstairs to the lower parking lot. She's downstairs waiting for me. We pull into the local Cumberland Farms over there, and my cousin over there at 4:30, at 5 o'clock, actually 5:30, and she was buying some scratch tickets and all that stuff. And then we all got a coffee. And then we ended up taking 2 cars because my cousin doesn't smoke, and my sister smokes like a chimney. And the car's got a brand new car. I'm not kidding you. She's got about that much soot on the car from cigarette smoke all over the place. Okay, that's cool. So I just kind of kept quiet about that. So we're driving up there. We finally get there about 2 hours later. They must have had about 500 people in line to get their prepaid package. It was a complete sellout. They had 5,000 people there playing bingo. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it was literally 5,000 people playing bingo. There wasn't one empty seat in the house. And the only thing I didn't like about that, there was like 6 people to a table, and you only had this much room to play bingo. I mean, literally this much room. But we got up. Okay, so that was well and said. So I'm in line, and my cousin Diane, she goes into a Ticketmaster account, and they got a barcode on your Ticketmaster where you purchase your ticket, and it's got a little bar going across the barcode. And the reason for that is so nobody will scan your ticket on another phone, and so they don't have to charge you twice. And I couldn't get into my phone app, and so my cousin Diane, she spent an hour. We were in line almost 3 hours just before I even got to the line to get my package. Okay, and when I got to the line, there was about 500 people behind me. I mean, that's how many people that were behind me. And my cousin had to reset my password through the Comcast app. It was a pain in the behind. And she kept going in. We had to get the code to go into Xfinity because you got like a 2-tier, a verification code, which is a pain in the behind in itself. And so anyways, after about maybe an hour and a half, pretty close to 2 hours, and now at this time, we only had about 100 people ahead of us now because the line started moving along. So she finally got my code activated on the thing, and I had my I had my receipt right here from when I think this was a receipt. Yeah, pretty sure. Well, anyways, this was my receipt over here. You can't really see it. That was the printed receipt, and I didn't know you had to have a barcode. So even if you printed this out with a barcode, it wouldn't have been no good. So she got the barcode activated for me on the app, and then one of the attendants was moving. Then they got it all set up like you got lines with ropes, so you can't really cut in front of anybody. And the attendant that was works there was going up and down the aisle at that point in time, asking everybody, "Do you have that on your phone? Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to pay for your package." And I showed her mine. He goes, and then the other guy took his mobile app and he scanned it and made sure that to let them know that we were coming ahead and what window to go to. Okay. So we got there. We finally got our package and everything. You go in and they give you a free dauber, and you have to have your emission stub stamped. So they stamp it for you. And then we went in. We finally got in there about 9 o'clock in the morning. By the time we got all our stuff, and we sat down and everything, and then I got a shirt. I'll show you the shirt looks like. I haven't put it on yet, but they had it says, yeah, cool. Okay, there you go. This is October. Do it straight. Amen. We did Oktoberfest, and then on the back it says Foxwoods Resort, and 2023. And so so we sat down, and then they started doing the warm ups around 10:30, and so when you go there to play bingo, it's all changed, what I did was I was waiting. I was talking to the girl right next to me. Her name was Darlene. She was a really cool lady. And then the guy came in and sat on the other table. His name was Augusta. And the girl next to me, she was really a pretty lady. She was awesome. She was talking to me all day yesterday. And she was telling me she was from New York. And she traveled in from New York to play by herself. I go, your husband didn't come play with you? Wanted to come play with you? He goes, no, I'm just here by myself. I said, okay, that's cool. So then Augusta, he sat down next to my sister, and he was telling me, I asked him where he was from, and he said they only live 20 minutes from the casino. And I said, well, that's really cool. But I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing, because I'd be wanting to go down there all the time. So that was okay. And I was talking to him. So then around, they started giving the computers out around 11 o'clock in the morning, and the line was moving pretty quickly. So my sister got my computer for me, and she logged in the computer with me on the receipt and everything. And how it's really done now is it's really, really cool, because you don't even have to daub anything. Once you sign in on your passcode that they give you, everything is done right there on the computer. You can play as many cards as you want. There's no limit on what you want to spend. And so I just kept it simple to the package that I bought, because I wasn't about to give them any more than I needed to give them. And the balls would come up. You could change the layout of the screen and everything like that. I just kept it on the screen layout. And, I was using my finger to punch the numbers when they were coming up and stuff like that. And so the very first game they played when they actually got to the session away from the warm-ups, they call them warm-ups. They did have one weight on the warm-up, and I was coming close on all of them, and I couldn't get anything there. And then the very first game they played, it was supposed to be for $15,000. They made it for $20,000, okay? And there was like one winner on that particular game. And then on one of the games, I actually got in for one of the $15,000 games. I needed 073 for the block of 9, they call it. My number was showing in the monitor. Somebody just hollered bingo. I goes, you son of a B, I go, son of a bitch. And then I was over there, please make a mistake. Please make a mistake. And they had it on the computer. So I knew they had it, because there's no way you're going to make a mistake on the computer. And then I saw another girl on the other table. She had one on the computer, and I wanted to see what it did when you won bingo. And my sister said, well, I never had bingo on the computer before, so I don't know. So it's a tablet. It's just like an iPad tablet is what it is. And it's got a stand you prop up and that. And the battery was good for 10 hours, but they told you not to turn it on until about 10 minutes before the session, because they don't want you to kill your battery, right? So I'm watching this girl over there, and she won a $15,000 game by herself. And I'm looking over it, holy crap. So what happens is when you win, right, you get balloons that come down from first of all, fireworks shoot off, okay? And then balloons come down from the sky on your computer tablet, and then confetti comes down the thing, and it says, congratulations, a big winner, you're a winner, and stuff like that. And then you got to call over the attendant to come over and verify your card. And then they come down, of course, you give me a W-2 and all that junk. And then there was like 4 people that hauled the bingo yesterday. And now Foxwoods is very specific about this. You have to have it on the last number called. 4 people had it yesterday, and they couldn't get paid because they did not have it on the last number called. Can you imagine? I mean, how would you like to spend $700 to play bingo and have bingo, and you missed it because you were 2 numbers too late to haul a bingo? I mean, I would not ever play bingo again if that ever happened to me. Down at a local charity that we play on Friday nights, we don't have that rule in effect. So if you have it and you miss it and you have to split it before other people, that's your hard luck. But over there, Foxwoods, it's very specific. You have to have it on the last number called, and then it just changed that for that session. It's all that session. And then there was one winner on the winner take all. They got $100,000. Okay, and then the Bonanza, which is the last game of the night, that was $148,000. And if you get it within a certain like 50 numbers or less, and then they add a number to it, and then they add money to it. So the next session it'll be over $150,000, and it'll keep going until somebody wins it. And I hadn't been there in years. The food over there sucked. They only had 2 attendants working there with the food at session area to hand out, take orders with 5,000 people. So I didn't think that was fair for them, because my sister said they cut out all that stuff that we used to have in the past. They used to come to your table with a tray, take orders for you, bring it all to you. You used to have free coffee all day, free tea, free soda, free water. None of that's free no more. And the only time I used my debit card yesterday was to purchase my food. And here was the thing. When I spent the $600 something, it was $630 to play bingo, all right? I was supposed to get those points added onto my wampum card, because I didn't have a wampum card at the time I got my purchase. My cousin Diane was able to get my wampum points. So that pissed me off there in itself. But I let her have them for the simple reason was she did help me out to get it to my app. Otherwise, if I couldn't have gotten it to my app to get that thing going, I would have been sitting out in the lobby all day waiting for them. And that would have sucked, spending $600 something to play bingo. So then I asked my sister, about that. I said, well, geez, what is it? You would think that, oh yeah. So getting back to, let's get back and stay on topic for a minute. So then, getting back to the bingo, well, nobody wanted the bingo itself, but and of course I played slots. I went up there with 300 cash. I came back with 100 cash. I only spent 300 on the actual slots, and I got nothing, totally nothing. The slot machines that they were playing, mostly 98% of them are all multi-lines. You could play as much as $100 on a single bet. I go, screw that. I get too confusing on those multiple line ones here. So I prefer to play the, like a simple one there where you could just put either 2 or 3 credits in, or even 5 credits or that sort of thing, where they got the zigzag lines and you can see in front of you instead of all the things that are spinning around and everything. Everything is too damn stinking confusing for me. So, and plus I was tired. I only got 2 hours sleep the night before. So last night when I came home, I took a little nighttime medicine and I slept a solid 11 hours last night. So I feel pretty good this morning, getting up this morning. And but first I got to have another sip of my coffee, because I'm still kind of like I feel like I'm jet what they call that, jet lag from Foxwoods last night. We didn't get home last night till almost 9:00. My cousin stayed there afterwards. So nothing at the bingo, nothing on the slot machines. But then my cousin stayed there afterwards for about 4 hours, and my nephew stayed there afterwards. My nephew ended up staying. He stayed there overnight that night, Friday night, and he stayed there again last night overnight because he had gotten a free hotel room. Okay, and then he won $1,500 on the slot machine, and then my cousin won $1,400 on the slot machine. And then my cousin was cashing out, and she texted my sister with a photograph of the ticket that she had won, and she said, "I'm leaving right now because I got all my money back and then some." And then when my nephew won, he said, "Well, I'm staying the night, and I got enough money now to cover me for the night, and then he's going to stay on a night leave today because he has to go back to work on Monday." But and my cousin has to go back on work on Monday too, and my sister's working today at the store today. And then she was telling me last night that somebody won at the store that she works there won $100,000 on the mass cash this past week on the quick pick. So no, we had a fun day. It's an awful lot of walking. It's all completely changed over there since the last time I was there. If you hadn't been up there in a long time, you would not recognize the place. And because before in the past, you used to go into the bus terminal area. You go up the escalator stairs, and right over to the right was the bingo hall. That's all blocked off now because they moved it to another area. And and I asked her, I says, Subway and those places are still there, but they are there. But here's what the problem was when we were looking for the car yesterday to see what we needed to go to the Rainmaker section where the elevator was for our section to get to the car level where we were parked. she couldn't find the rainmaker section. So we walked around about 3 hours just looking for a proper elevator. Now she said, here's the deal. She said, and she's done this before when she's gotten there. You have a north, south, east, and west entrance. So wherever you park your car in the parking garage, make damn sure you know what parking garage you're parked in. Because you could be walking around there for 8 hours looking for your car. And it could be something simple as 500 yards to where the elevator is to downstairs where you park your car. And I've done that before with my wife there in the past when I've gone there, just her and I. Now, will I go there again? Yeah, probably, but not right away because it's just too much money to be spending. So that, did you try to film? Oh no, I didn't try to film there. I did take. I want to in another update. I'll put up on the I took some photographs, okay, and I took a photograph of my computer waiting for the number, and it says one away. And I took a couple of photographs, selfie photographs, and then I took one of the main bingo hall thing there, and it was showing $100,000 for the game for one of the final games for the night, or for the day rather. Of course, then when I got out of there, it was like wall to wall people everywhere playing in the casino. People were bumping into people, and then I saw these little the scooters, that they use for like handicapped people. So I asked the girl that. I said, "Do they charge you for that?" And she said, "Yeah, they charge you $50 a day to rent that." So there was quite a bit of people using that. They were like cruising around all over the place over there, and so that could probably be an option later on down the road. But here's the thing: what happened yesterday? I was sitting down so long in the chair, and my leg tightened up on me, my left leg where my hip is, where I need a hip surgery. And I felt like it was cutting off my circulation for sitting down in a chair a long time, I couldn't, it would not let me put any pressure on it. When I got up to try to go to the bathroom, I almost fell to the floor. And then when I got to the bathroom, I put my head down on the sink over there. I thought I was going to puke because I started getting wicked nauseous. And what happened was my blood was being cut off of my circulation from sitting in the chair too long. I got scared. I didn't even think I was going to make it home last night. So I said, and that's another reason why I don't play on Friday nights. It's not that I don't want to play. Is that it's just too damn stinking uncomfortable for me. Those chairs really suck on Friday nights. They're plastic chairs, and they should be those banquet chairs. Foxwoods has the banquet chairs, but when we got there like at 8 a.m, and I was sitting in the car for like 2 hours, almost 3 hours, just going to the casino. And I mean that really put a toll on me, and. So towards the end of the night, when my sister's still playing the slot machines there, she was hitting a little bit, but not much. She ended up spending all her money back. And then we ended up, whatchamacallit? Oh, yeah, I told her. At one point, I was at the Dunkin' Donuts standing where they sell, coffee and stuff like that, and right before the slot machine area. And then I was going to say, why don't you just go in and play? I'll go grab a coffee and I'll go sit on that bench over there. That way there, you know where I am. You won't have to be coming to find me or anything like that. Because when you're with somebody and you have to be with that somebody, you have to kind of leave when they want to leave and do whatever they want to do. Okay. That's the only bad thing about going up with somebody. To be honest with you guys, when I go there again, with Donna, when she can come with me, when she feels like she can, definitely going to go by myself, just be responsible for her and I, or go by myself and be responsible for just me, come and go when I want on my terms and not on somebody else's terms, and not have to deal with the friggin' cigarette smoking, because I couldn't deal with that. I smelled like a chimney when I came out of the car, because that's the only way to travel now. If you want to go somewhere, go with your spouse or your significant other or your kids. Go when you want to go and leave when you want to leave, okay? And say, oh, okay, and this is the game plan, and this is how we're going to do that, because there was just too much aggravation on me. I couldn't sit down. I was standing right next to her watching the machines while she was playing, and she said, "Can you go over there a little bit?" Because it made her uncomfortable, somebody watching over her shoulder. I mean, I get it, okay. And then that, but overall, yeah. Again, I think I said that too. The only money I spent, I used my debit card, was when I purchased my food. It was $4.50 for a Poland Springs water, for one water, right? And it was $5 for a soda. So I ended up getting a regular Pepsi, which I never get because I've been doing weight loss. And I got a chicken club sandwich, but it was on bread. It was good. It had a big, huge chicken patty. It had a tomato slice. It had a lettuce slice. In that, but I had to wait about 20 minutes for the sandwich. and they were playing my machine while I was there. And my nephew was telling me, Ron, I didn't see, I didn't actually see the weights, but they were saying while I was gone over there waiting for to get my sandwich, I had 3 or 4 weights on the games, and but I would have known if he would have won. I would have given. Oh yeah, here's what we did yesterday too. Um, we all chipped in $50 each to get a warm up because there were $150 for the warm up. My sister wanted to play it. She was going to play it anyways, but we were going thirds on it, and which was fine. And then on a bingo package, we all spent the same amount of money. So we all made an agreement that if somebody won 50, it was only if you won by yourself, like a $15,000 game, that we were all going to get $500 each. So that was the agreement we had. But at least we had an incentive for all of us to root for. So, we all rooted for each other anyways because we were all family. But that's pretty much how it all went down anyways there. And again, it's just an awful lot of walking and my legs tightening up like that. That made me. Donna's got an appointment Tuesday with the primary care doctor about what's going on. And I'm going to mention about my leg. And I just think it was just because I sat too long and my muscles tightened up and I couldn't get them loosened up a little bit to walk so I could go walking. And to be honest with you guys, I really miss walking with a passion. I mean, I do walk a lot now, but I miss walking the 5-mile walks that I used to do, and without any issues there. And then now it seems like I can only go 3 miles of walking there, and they got to kind of like, then I'm limping home by the end of my walk. Like today, it's a nice, bright, sunny day today, but it's very windy out. It's chilly out today. But I'm going to try to catch some photographs later on this afternoon. I'm not really sure if I don't do it today. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. But I'm thinking about. I'm going to have to sip my coffee first because I'm really hanging this morning. I slept. I fell asleep at about 9:30 last night, and I got up this morning at 8 o'clock, and I didn't wake up once during the night. I heard the cat meowing a couple of times this morning. It says, "Yeah, whatever." So I just shut up and let me sleep. So when I got up this morning, his dish was flipped upside down, his water dish, and he had a hell of a mess this morning. I got it all cleaned up. I cleaned up his poop box just now, put all fresh poop in, and then I got to pick him up some more cat food in Market Basket this morning. But he gave me a couple of big meows this morning. He was happy to see me last night. I asked Donna, I said, "How was he last night for you?" Yesterday. Yeah, he was real good for her yesterday. He actually got up on her lap and he was giving her a little bit of love yesterday. And he turns around and he bites her. She gets so freaking sick of that when he does that. You feed the little fella and he turns around and he snaps at you and he bites at you. And I was talking to my friend Lisa there yesterday, and she said, "Yeah, Ron, I got the same kind of cat you got, except it's opposite colors. His is all white and black, and she does the same thing. They're very aggressive animals in tuxedo for some reason, and they all got their own distinct personalities. And him is no different. I'm looking to see where he was this morning. Where the hell did he go? I'm looking around. He's over there behind the freezer over there. And, he goes and he tries to hide. So I'm thinking about picking him up a cat house. They got this cat house like with a hole in it where you can crawl into it. With a scratch post. I saw it over there at the pet store for about $50. So I'm going to send out for that. But I got a grocery list there. I got to go down to Market Basket this morning after I get dinner going. We're going to be making this week for a live video. We're going to do some chicken wings this week, and we're going to get a package of ranch dressing, and I got to get some coffee creams, stuff like that. So what I want to do with the chicken wings is I'm going to make a mayonnaise type deal, and I'm going to use that for my coating with some seasoning, salt and pepper, and I'm going to put a little bit of chili flake powder in it, and a little bit of some different seasonings, and salt, pepper, and maybe some paprika. I'm going to mix it up with. I'm going to use some mayonnaise as a coating, and then I'm going to put it into the on the pork rind breadcrumb, and then I'm going to pop them into the air fryer. And what I'm going to do with the ranch package dressing, I'm going to make a low carb keto dipping sauce, and I'm going to do that as a live video. And I'm thinking about doing that Monday afternoon. About maybe 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something like that. But I'm picking up a good package of chicken wings because I'm going to do one. I'm going to pre-cook one up first, make sure I'm happy with the recipe and how it came out, and then I'm going to actually do the recipe so I can have you one already pre-made to show you what it kind of like looks like. And I think when I'm doing live videos like that, that's how I'm going to start doing the videos. Now I found a mat that measures 17 and a half by 32 inches, and it's on Amazon for about $20. I sent out for one this morning. They got different patterns. So that fits perfect on my desk. So I'm going to use that for a nice desktop. So when I do my overhead shots, I'm going to start doing I'm going to get back my overhead camera tripod that I originally purchased, and I'm going to start filming out the actual videos that way. And so when I'm live like that, if I'm happy with the placemat, then I'll get another one for the kitchen and use that for out front, so I can have a nice kitchen countertop area for that. And yeah, and I sent out for us. I showed you guys this before. I have this right here that I bought. It's a dash cam road video, and I put that up on the back behind the mirror so I could do road video. And the problem is the front camera right here. This takes video at front and the rear. I bought a CPL. They call it a filter, and the filter screws onto here. And anyhow, what it does, it blocks out the glare from the windshield. And and I only paid about $10 for the filter. And then so when I go do some dash cam video, I can get a nice, good, clear video. And then also, what do we got going on this coming week? Because yesterday was the tractor parade, the Halloween parade got canceled yesterday, so they moved it off to next Saturday, hopefully with the weather. And so I'll be filming that, taking photographs of the kids and stuff like that with the costumes and stuff. And the 11th Veterans Day, we're going to be filming the Veterans Day ceremony at the downtown common. We'll move it into the City Hall, and I'll film in there for the city. My friend Wayne's going to help me with that. We got a memorial tribute to the one that passed away at the commission office, but I can't be in both places at the same time. So I'm going to just do the Veterans Day ceremony. And and the weight loss update there, I stay the same again on my weight, and still 216 pounds right now. So I'm pretty good. I feel pretty fantastic. And and I got to see my nephew's house here yesterday. I told my sister, you should have told me just to call me up there, and I would have just drove down to her house, because my nephew was in Foxwoods, and I could have just parked the car in there, so she wouldn't have to come all the way down my house. So she said, "Did you ever see the inside of the house?" But she doesn't pay him any rent. She lets her live there for rent free. So he's got a really nice house. They said, "Oh my God, he's got a huge, humongous kitchen and a big island, where you got like a bench, high stools that you can sit up around, and then he's got a huge kitchen table, and to the opposite of that, a big stove and microwave oven and all that, and all built in. And he's got like five rooms all on one floor, and your mother's backyard all fenced in with a built-in swimming pool, and a fireplace, a huge living room. He's got a big the biggest, I think it was about a 65-inch TV screen mounted on the wall. And I asked him, I said, "Well, how are you able to afford this?" Well, he came out of the military a few years ago. He was in the military for about 10 years, and he purchased the house, and then I said, "Well, what are you doing for a living that you can afford all this?" He says, "I work for a bank, and I work in the office. I'm a bank manager." And what he does is if you're going to be applying for a mortgage, he wants to make sure that you're not going to be discriminated against because of your age or because of your ethnic background, like if you were Spanish or something like that. And he gets huge bonus checks. So he just told me he just got a huge bonus check about a month and a half ago for $20,000, and he's going to be getting another Christmas bonus check for over $100,000. And of course, his mortgage payment is about $3,000. So he's got to be making good money to be able to afford that. And so I'm really proud of him. And he is a single person. He just, he enjoys life. And like he told me yesterday, Ron, I goes, single for me right now is the only way, because, I can come and go as I want, and I don't have to answer to nobody. And, so if I want to stay a week at Foxwoods, I get the money, I could take it and then take it out of the bank, and I'm good to go, So, but I just, he does save up for this when he does go. And, he's a very smart kid, and he's got people that work under him, and my cousin's the same way. My cousin works for she works for Verizon, is what it is, and she's an office manager, and she has 35 guys that work under her. So she's a supervisor of 35 guys, and she directs them where they go, that's, when they got to go on the street, climb the pole lines and all that stuff there. Or this is where you're going to go today to get a new customer and stuff like that. And so, but where she lives in Westminster, and she can't get. They don't have Verizon Files, so she's stuck with Comcast. And I told her I hate Comcast, so she's going to get me a deal on Verizon Files. I got to make contact with her later in the week, and she'll give me a little bit of a credit there when I open up the a new Verizon account. The only thing about the Verizon account, when I initially had them over here, I had really slow internet, and where I do about 95% of my video filming and live streaming, I got to have a good, strong internet connection. But yeah, so this is pretty much everything that went on yesterday and my weekend and my week, I guess. And on the Friday night bingo, they have Donna. She won a usual $10 door prize again. She's back to winning door prizes. She had a good crowd. She had 180 people. I did the volunteer Friday night. Charity tickets came out. We were $6 over for, and we've been pretty much over $3-4 under over. And I take it on the chin when we're short a lot of cash, because I'm trying so hard not to short. But there's three, sometimes four of us selling, so you can't accuse one without accusing anybody. But we're all vulnerable for mistakes, so we just kind of like, it is what it is. If we're short, we're short. We just own it, eat up to it. Nobody has to put it on out of their own pocket. I mean, one night we were short $320, but nobody stole any money. What happened was we missed a whole sleeve of tickets that should have been sold with that box, and that was the difference. And yeah, so it is what it is. We didn't get help for it or anything like that because it's all volunteer, But they have the if you guys aren't doing anything next month, on November 4th and November 5th, they have the local fair over here at St. Anna's Parish. Donna and I will go to that one on that Saturday. And then the week later, our church fair has their fair on Friday and Saturday. They have these things called puddings and rapi. The puddings are like a potato dumpling. They're really, really good. And they have pudding gravy where they give it to you on French fries if you like that. And they got all kinds of American foods and whatever. But they got a huge indoor flea market. And they got raffle chances and all that. They do that Friday, and they got a $5,000 giveaway at the end of the night. So they do that on Friday and they do that on Saturday. I told Louise that I'd volunteer both days, but I don't want to do both days because I do the Friday night volunteering. So I told her I'll do the Saturday, just stay there Friday night with my wife, and then when we're ready to leave, we'll leave. And then right down the street, it's like less than 500 yards. I have a church right over there. They got one about the same time. They're doing their flea market. So we're going to try to get the 2 or 3 of them. And I can just walk right down there, that one there. So I'm really, really good with that one. But we got a lot of things going on for the next month. And so I'm looking forward to that. That's all activities that I look forward to. And of course, continue on with the YouTube channel. Oh, speaking of YouTube channel, Anne Marie, if you're still watching my video, I went on my analytics this morning. I have 1,252 watch hours, almost at 1,500 at the halfway point, and 1,105 subscribers. I picked up this month alone. Since yesterday, I picked up 12 new watch hours because I've been running my playlist continuously. And since the first of the month, I believe I had it written down on my other paper, but I completely cleaned up my back room the other day. I picked up almost 100 new subscribers in the last month and a half. And since Anita from the Ketogenic Woman interviewed me, I picked up 300 subscribers. And I continually have a continuous flow of subscribers that are subscribing to my channel. And I just now when I was trying to film live in the other room the other morning, I was kind of like a little bit nervous, a little bit filming and everything. Even though I've been doing this kind of like for a while now, I really enjoy doing that. And I really like doing the lives now. They're fun. So if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Big deal, right? And because I asked Deborah, I says, how come Jess doesn't do any live videos? Because she tightens up and she panics on live, and when she does her behind the camera, she edits her mistakes. Well, that's just part of being human. You make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. You're human. So, and I always used to feel uncomfortable talking videos and cooking videos. So when I was studying your videos and how you were doing your cooking shows, Anne Marie, which by the way, you do a fantastic job. I go say I got my tripod. I'm gonna set my tripod up high like you do, and just kind of like have a good angle. And the background is what it is. I just deal with it that way. And then I was watching Miss T doing hers, and Tam doing one of her videos, and it goes, okay. So my kitchen is no different. So I just do it that way, and then I could bring my iPad over. But what happened was on the last live, I had my iPad up, and some reason my when I went to go click on it for some reason or other, it moved into a folder, and I couldn't find my live broadcast on my iPad, and it was driving me. It was giving me fits there, so I got frustrated with YouTube. That's why I call it FTube, because it gets me frustrated. I still got to use StreamYard at some point. I just got to go live on a StreamYard video and see how it is and see whether or not I like it or not. But StreamYard gives me more flexibility than what YouTube can give me, and I could put live text going across the bottom of the screen with StreamYard. And if I pay for this paid version, I can change my background while I'm filming live. I don't have to worry about a green screen or any of that stuff there. And today's a real windy day out today. I got to get the market basket in a little while. I got to give my sister a call because my niece isn't doing too good. So say your prayers for her. And my friend Mike calls me up twice yesterday. He bought a brand new computer. He doesn't know how to set it all up and anything. He's going to pay me for this, but I'm right in the middle of a bingo game at Foxwoods. I'm not going to call him up. I don't want to deal when I'm at Foxwoods. I don't want to deal with anybody. Just leave me the heck alone. Unless it's an emergency and I got to get back here right away. I mean, I'm right in the middle of a bingo game and he's calling me up asking me a stupid question about a damn computer. I says, I didn't even bother answering him. I just told him, Mike, I said, I'm at Foxwoods. I won't be home till tomorrow. And I left it at that. So I got to give him a call in a couple of minutes and then I got to get dinner going for today. Today we're having chicken today. I'm just throwing them in the Instapot today. And then I made raviolis. I should have filmed it out, but I made spinach raviolis for low carb keto yesterday for Friday. We had that. We had leftovers on that for Monday. And that's basically how I've been doing a lot of my stuff now lately. I've been making extra to get more. And I found another YouTuber for low carb keto. She's got a really great channel. She's got like 300 videos posted, but she doesn't talk over her videos. She puts just the music and that's it. So maybe I might start doing that from now on and just put the music over the timeline and just let it go. And but I saw one that she did some Insta Bites, and I made like Starbucks Insta Bites, and I made those before in the Instapot, but she made hers in the air fryer with using these silicone cupcake tins. So I wanted to do that. Yeah, hi Tamika. I know you're a little bit late there, but we just get ready to close out. You can catch the replay, but I was just telling Anne Marie that with the Foxwoods yesterday, but it went. We had a good time. We had quite a few. Came close quite a few times. The closest I came was 073, and we didn't. It was showing up in the monitor when somebody else just saw the bingo for a $15,000 game. One winner on the carryover on the cover, always on the carryover. They got $100,000. Wall to wall people. Yeah, it was crazy yesterday. So I think Anne Marie are doing game night tonight. So I'll pop in and say hi to you there, and hopefully we'll kick some behind with the words that you're going to put up for us for that. I like that, and I wasn't sure about it first, and it goes, okay, well, I'm trying to. I don't know what goes on. I get it. As you advance further into the rounds, they got like a hidden letter, and I'm typing all the words that everybody else is typing, and a lot of times it doesn't take my word because somebody's probably typing about the same second that you type. So you really got to be quick in typing. And when you type in all these big words and even the smaller words, of course, if they got an S, you can add an S to it and get two words out of something, and and that sort of thing. But so I'm gonna get dinner going and. Going to get going at Market Basket a little while. We got the Patriots about ready to lose another game this afternoon. My friend George, my friend George says, "Oh, Rob, we got the Patriots playing Buffalo today." He says, "You know what, George? I could give a crap 2 cents about the Patriots anymore this year. And for that matter, this quarterback that we got, he sucks. And I think it's time for Belichick to put on his cowboy hat right off into the sunset. Now, he's been a coach now for 20 some odd years. I get it, the most successful coach in the NFL, other than maybe Don Shula and a few of the other ones. But it's time to get some new fresh blood in there and go a different direction. And I think Kraft ought to just retire and go back to those saunas that he likes to go to and let his kid take over the team and let's just go a completely new direction. because we're not getting anywhere. Every time Belichick gets number one draft picks, he trades them away instead of just building it that way, you know. But I'm happy I got the Bruins and I got the Celtics starting up this week, and I got the Curse of Oak Island coming back in November, and I just started watching my favorite programs, Gold Rush, and I got some other program. Oh, there's I like watching Shark Tank on Friday nights. Here, I film it and I watch it afterwards. But if you want to catch the replay, just go ahead and catch the replay of this, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And you know, and yeah, I was telling Anne Marie, Tamika, I'm going to be doing some live video cooking tomorrow, so be watching for that. It'll probably come on like in the afternoon somewhere on the path. Um, Probably maybe I might go early, 2 o'clock. I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock, somewhere around that time frame. But yeah, and I'm gonna do some chicken wings in the air fryer. And so, anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have an amazing day. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Have an amazing day. And again, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys.